Alright, hello all the crazy people out there, my name is Dragonite, welcome back to Pokemon Ultra Moon. Last time, we cleared Malice Trial, we also picked up, and I should probably switch out Loke into leadoff right about now, because, yeah, I know that half my team is dead. Because I do want to actually start training him now that we are not right in front of a trial. Let's see. So if I go this way, this is the site of the, yes please, this is the site of the first item that we picked up, the berry. And I see an item over there, and I see track up here. I'm wondering, oh, I also see an icon down there. Alright, fine, we can use the Poke Finder. So if I zoom in on you, I forget I did not mean to do that. Can I zoom? How do I zoom? Forget exactly how the game likes it when I frame stuff. I want to say that, like, the game likes it when I, like, don't center the picture, but when I, like, offset it a little bit like this. But how do I zoom in? Do I just not zoom in? Anyway, let's see. Yeah, let's move on already. It said version 1. Which one do I want to show off? I guess we'll go with this one. Show a little more of the sky. It said version 1. Do I get to, like, improve my camera later on? Like, is that when we get a zoom feature or something like that? Anyway, people didn't like that one for some reason. Alright, social media. If you get a version 2 if you get a total of 1,500 thumbs up on your photos. Okay, so, yeah, we're not going to save that to my SD card. These images don't take up a lot of space, but also, like, why would I waste it on something like this? Not that I really have anything else to put on this SD card now. Oh, you know what? There was a kid who wanted one of these, wasn't there? Alright, you've never seen this Pokemon. I am going to, let me see. Are you a Psychic type? I think you're a Psychic type. I don't think you're a normal type. Alright, so, stored power. That's gonna do more damage. That's gonna do more damage the more stat buffs you have, and you don't have any stat buffs right now, so you're not gonna do a lot of damage like that. But, Trumbeak has appeared. I want to catch the Oranguru and not the Trumbeak, so let's go and take out, this Trumbeak. And, if I can, if I'm still alive by that point, I might double kick the Oranguru. And I might see if I can just do a little bit of not very effective damage to it. Alright, we're gonna cut out some of the fooling around in the middle, but I have thrown a Great Ball at the Oranguru. You do seem to be a Psychic type. I was able to do super effective damage to you with Bite and not very effective damage to you with Fighting. And we are going to turn this one in and show it to that one kid on Route 8 somewhere. Alright. So, I think, I don't know if I have to add you to my party, but I'm going to. I think when I showed that kid something that wasn't an Oranguru earlier, I selected it from my party and not from, like, my PC. So let's go and just get Abra out of there. And I guess in the interim you'll serve as, like, a slightly beefier meat shield or something like that. Here's an item. That is going to be a cross attack. Okay. And if I come back in this direction, there's probably... Alright, this is where we found something else. Can I, like... Metapod is great, because it doesn't matter that I have 3 HP, all you can do is harden. Alright, that one took longer than I thought it was going to catch something that was as boring as a Metapod, but we've got a Metapod. And, as I was saying, I don't think I saw, like, a place where I could sneak through the trees in here and get to the adjacent area. The Repellent's effect wore off. It wasn't doing a very good job, I have to say. And this makes me wonder if there's, like, an entire separate part. Comfrey did a lot of damage to you and got a burn. And you somehow did 1 damage to me, but I don't think that matters because I'm gonna die on this turn anyway. Alright, good effort, Pico. My next Pokemon is going to be Foos, I guess. I'm going to switch you in over here. And I'm just going to go and throw pretty much anything at you, and I should be able to catch you. What do I have? Great Ball, Heal Ball, Nest Ball, Die Ball, Timer Ball. Yeah, let's just use Great Ball here. I don't know if I'll use a Heal Ball at any point. I guess I could at some point on future team members, but realistically, I'm probably going to be using mostly Ultra Balls for the rest of the game. Discounting whatever random items I find in the trash and what people give me and that sort of thing. Alright. That had to have been like a shaking spot or something, by the way, because I was 5 levels stronger than that encounter, and I did have a repel on. Where are we now? Is this where the Sudowoodo was? I think this is where the Sudowoodo was. Is there like another Pokemon that's like Rock Smash or something? There's probably another Pokemon ride that's a Rock Smash or something. Alright, so this is going to lead me over here, and I'm going to get a big root. That was one of the important items in this area. So that's one mystery solved. I still don't know where to go for the other things, though. And whatever that TM was over there, I do want it. Am I sure? Can I not sneak through here or something? How do I get up there? There's probably something more to this area that I'll learn about later. Anyway, I'm going to do a few things. I'm going to go back to the Pokemon Center and heal. Anyway, I believe it was you. So you want to know about Oranguru? Yeah, let's show my Oranguru. And that's going to be this last one in my party over here, and you're going to see this big psychic orangutan thing. And, you know, now that I think about it, this does feel kind of like one of the quests from Legends Arceus. Because, like, half the quests in Legends Arceus were all about, like, hey, I'm interested in this Pokemon. Can you teach me about this Pokemon? Can you learn about this by filling out its page in the Pokedex or that kind of thing? Which sounds insanely grindy, but I did actually like that. And I can't quite put my finger on why to this day. I haven't played AZ yet. That did kind of just come out. But I'm assuming that Legends AZ is going to work in a similar way.
Hey.
At some point I will get around to playing that. So, I'm going to need to go back to town. And I see there's a flag there. And I still haven't fully explored Heahea City over here. There is still, like, more stuff that I haven't seen yet. Because the first time I came through here, there were a bunch of progress gates that I didn't really... I couldn't go past. And after that, I was just like, I'll be back here later anyway. I won't explore it now. And it's still not later yet. I think right before I leave the island, I will do some more exploring here. Anyway, Lily, Nebby, get in the bag. You always seem to end up getting hurt, Nebby. Seeing that pained me just as much as if I was the one being hurt. But if I could become as strong as Hal and Drago are, maybe things would be different. Not so loud, he might hear you. Hello. I feel like it's been a while since we last met. There's a laboratory here that studies the dimensions, did you know? And the professor is waiting to meet you. How are your trials? Must be quite trying to do 3 in a row. It was... Actually, I wouldn't say it was no problem, wouldn't it? Because they all gave me trouble in different ways. But, we'll pretend that never happened. Goodness, really, it wasn't any trouble for you to tackle all 3 Akala Island's trials? I suppose this explains it. The reason you look so content and understood by Horsey over there, I mean. So, I take it that this is the Dimensional Research Lab, and this is where we have to actually go. I remember finding some stickers on the wall. I don't think I went inside. I do remember going down that passage down there. Let's go inside. And if I talk to this receptionist, yes, I am. So, head upstairs. Use rings to teleport itself through space. Hoopa? Or Hoopla. I can't remember if there was an L in there or not. I always called it Hoopa. Anyway, we're gonna go up to the 3rd floor. And... let's see. You're having way too much fun in a lab that's supposed to be about, like, studying the dimensions. Professor Burnett. Alright, she runs the Dimensional Research Lab. Professor Burnett, she's also my wife. You've appeared You looked familiar, and I feel like I was playing a game that included you recently. Were you involved in the Pokemon Dream Radar for Gen 5? I feel like you appeared in that game for some reason. In the Dream Raider DLC thing. Anyway, that's interesting. So, 3 years ago, I found Lily lying on a beach, Cosmog in her bag, also unconscious. No how today. And I'll probably break down the door in a few minutes. He's out doing his own thing, but he'll be the real deal. He'll be the real deal someday. He could even become Kahuna, just like old Hala before him. Right on time. Alright, well, good to see you again, Hal. It's been a while. Anyhow, I brought Dragger here because I wanted you to tell him about some of the mysterious phenomena here in Alola. I'd be happy to. The mysteries of Alola, huh? Then you've got to mean the Ultra Wormhole. It's extremely rare, but sometimes a hole opens up in the sky over Alola. It appears that this rift leads to different and unknown dimensions. The reason that people think that there may be a mysterious dimension is because of the legends of fearsome Pokemon appearing from the Ultra Wormhole. No, not you, Nebby. It's a very weak as proof, but we can't ignore it. There's also plenty of evidence already in the Pokédex for the existence of different dimensions, right? Fearsome Pokemon. Even normal wild Pokemon sometimes attack people, right? But the Pokemon that appear from the Ultra Wormhole went way beyond that. They were called the Ultra Beasts, and they were feared. If the stories are to be believed, the guardian deities of the island fought desperately against them. But like I said, it's all legends and folktales. It's hard to know how much is true. But I would be very happy if I could somehow unravel the mysteries of Ultra Wormhole by studying the dimensional disturbances. We've recorded several relationships between Pokemon in different dimensions in books. You can even find them on you can find them on the bookshelves in this lab. All right. So that sounds like if I were to read these shelves, there's a couple of dimensions to Pokédex entries which will talk about dimensions. Portals to another world and that kind of thing. Not this one, apparently. You are the Pokemon Dream Radar Professor. That's funny. Anyway, 32 totem stickers. Let's see. Anything else? You cannot read a post-it note on your computer screen like you can in some places in some games. Let me have a look at exactly what I'm looking at here. This looks like... Is that like a topological map of Alola? You can sort of see the striations for what I assume is elevation. And a heat map of some sort over here. It's kind of like, without quite the spiral arms, it looks kind of like the weather forecast for a hurricane or something. This one over here is blue screened. I'm not sure if we're really going to get that much information out of that one. Alright, Lily, what do you think about all this? You want to know what happened 3 months ago? Oh, did I say 3 months or 3 years? I think I said 3 years. Well, I wanted to learn more about Cosmog, so I decided to come speak to Professor Burnett. But I got lost along the way and ended up wandering around until I collapsed on the shore. She listened to my story, staying up all night to hear about it, and then she even got her husband, Professor Kukui, to lend me his loft to stay in. And she told him to help me investigate Nebby's origins too. Professor Burnett has been so kind, and she's still helping me find a way to get Nebby back to its own home. She's been like a real mother to me. Foreshadowing. Alright. I guess I might as well talk to Hop also. Being able to go more places really makes it feel like you're growing along with... How? Ugh. I gotten it right for... couple of conversations in a row. It was only a matter of time. Feel like you're growing along with your partner Pokemon, huh? It's pretty great. Alright. So, I think that was a little bit more direct than it was in original Sun and Moon. I think we didn't really learn about the Ultra Beasts until a little bit later in original Sun and Moon, unless they were name dropped and I just didn't pay attention. Anyway, I finished all 3 trials. Time to battle against Olivia. Yeah. We're going to go battle against Olivia, and she's going to be past Diglett Tunnel in the other city, Coney City. I still have some things that I want to talk to Professor Burnett about, so I'll stay here. I always forget, well, I can't say always because I remembered it for the first time about a minute ago when I was looking at the map, but there's more to the island than what we've seen to the north. So, if I can find my map, What would that be? Key items? No map? Oh, right, the map is on Rotom on the bottom screen. So we're going to go Rotunnel. No, how about we never say that again? If we tap on the map on the bottom screen, can I, like... There we go. We can open the map, and there's still... We've been up here, mostly. That's the part of the island we've been to. But, like, there's still the section to the south over here. That's apparently Konikoni City and the Route 9. There's also the Hano Grand Resort, which apparently I haven't been to yet, and also Hano Beach, which apparently I haven't been to yet. So, there is a fair amount more to this island that I just never think about. I usually assume that, like, Heahea City is, like, on the southernmost coast of it, and that's it. So, let's go and get out of here, and... Is it time to explore the rest of this town yet? I guess I'll do that now. Now that we've been through that dimensional research lab and we can settle down a bit before we move on to the next location. Alright, this is officially Professor Burnett's fault because she told me about the rift in time and space. So obviously I'm going to find one as soon as I step outside. And how didn't notice anything out of the ordinary. Alright. So, you're gonna run away. It's Malasada time. For once I actually ate, like, actual food before coming out to do this video. So for once I'm actually not hungry. What are you doing? Oh, can I still not go? Wow. Alright. Still more that I can't visit down there. Well... I thought I was going to go exploring today, but maybe I won't. So let's go off. I have been in here already, haven't I? I'm pretty sure this is around where the roadblock was the last time. No, this doesn't look familiar. You are a janitor. Cannot talk to the front desk over there. Is this an apartment or something? If I come over this way, see Team Skull hanging out. Oh, is this Game Freak? Alright. This looks like Game Freak. I thought their self-insert building was later on in the game. I still feel like it's a little early. I guess in Black and White, they're pretty early in Castelia City too, so maybe I shouldn't say that. Anyway, Game Freak does like to do their little self-insert in every Pokemon game. So this is gonna be where they live in this game. You're the game director. The Rotom Dex is pretty fun, isn't it? That's debatable. If you manage to fill in some of your Pokedexes, come and show me, would you? Alright, I probably won't. But on the off chance that I do, like, by accident, I will come back here, maybe. Getting to have everyone play the game that I helped make, yeah. Oh, I also realized just now they do have their logo, an extremely low resolution version of their logo on the doormat there. All right. So what's Team Skull doing here? Chances of encountering a shiny Pokemon are about 4,000 to 1. So for a long time it was 1 in 8192 to 1, which is 2 to the 10, 11, 12, 13. And it appears that they have knocked one off that power tower, and it's now 1 and 2 to the 12. I'm gonna guess it's 1 in 4096. And I think there are ways that you can increase those odds with the shiny charm and whatnot, but I'm not into shinies. I think most shiny colors are not as good as the default ones. So I've never really spent a lot of time shiny hunting or anything like that. This is Ether. That's your logo on the wall, right? What are you doing? Okay, so... Is Ether Foundation just, like, entirely not a villainous team anymore? Or I can't say villainous team, but, like, are they not the antagonists in this game? Because it sounds like... You guys are sounding like Team Plasma if Team Plasma was actually into Nature Conservancy. Which is not something I expected, and I kind of like. More fresh water. Well, It is a water type, so I feel like that shouldn't be that much of a surprise to you. Anyway, yeah, we've got some nature conservancy going on here. We've got some art on the walls, a map, and windows that I can't see into. All right. Let's see. Is that all that's up here? I think that's all that's up here. That looks like, is that the fire escape? There's something that's probably supposed to be an exit sign over it, but I can't go through the door. All right. Back downstairs we go. And are there any other buildings that I haven't been into here in Heahea City? These doors look like I can't go into them. A tunnel enthusiast. All right. I guess just in case you really couldn't see that flag on the bottom screen. Oh, there's a sticker out there. This looks like a surf shop. Let's go and grab this real fast. We're up to 35. This looks like a surf shop. I see surfboards outside. I see surfboards inside. What are you doing here? All right. You are talking about surfing. You are mispronouncing your own name. You could do with a little bit of a cleaning in here. It's probably still not quite as bad as, like, my desk is, but you might consider putting some of those papers, like, somewhere that isn't on the floor. Alright. I can't see what's behind this. That looks like a kitchen table. And there's pants just hanging over the back of this little privacy wall thing here. Sir, you need to clean your room. Anyway, let's get out of there. The Pokemon Center is right here. I don't need to heal, do I? I just did that. Yeah, I just healed, so I think we're good for now. We're gonna go into Diglett Tunnel. And, let's see. I don't know how long this is. I don't know if I'm gonna get through the whole thing today. Yes, Drago is what it was. The cave is really something, you know? It's overflowing with these Pokemon called Diglett, and they're getting really out of hand. Mediocre trainers can't even get through. So how's your island challenge going? Let me see the crystals you've earned. Look at you. Nice work. I see you've even passed Mallow's trial. It's about time you had some fun with me. The Diglett have settled down too. If you're as strong as you appear, you should be able to make it through this cave. And on the other end of it, you'll find Coney City. That's where my shop is. I'll see you there. Okay. So, I'm gonna guess that we're gonna find Diglett in here. And if we are, that is not a Diglett that I've ever seen before. Well, we've caught ourselves a Diglett, and by Diglett I mean Zubat. And we're not gonna name it, we're not gonna add it to my party, but we are going to, collect it, I suppose. Alright, so what's over this way? There are trainers in here. Are you going to have ground and rock types? Because I hope you do. Because I would like Look to get a little bit of experience in here. So, fossil Pokemon from Sinnoh. That was a Shieldon. Are we gonna find a Cranidos or something somewhere else in here on another trainer? Anyway, there doesn't seem to be anything else down that way, although I did see a ledge, which makes me think we'll circle back to it eventually. By the way, stats. I haven't checked the stats on Look yet. Let's go and see what he's got packing. You are going to be... your ability is Sniper. I was hoping for Swift Swim, but triple critical hit damage isn't the worst. It's just not something I usually like to plan strategies around. Brave Nature, so that's going to be plus attack for minus speed. Alright, all told, not a very good horsey, but I could do worse, and I definitely don't want to have to try and catch another one any day soon. Alright, we've got some things that we can smash, so let's go and smash these things. There we go. Thank you very much. And... Alright, that is going to be a Firestone. Is that... These stairs. Oh, no. So I'm in Diglett Cave. I haven't actually found any Diglett yet, but I have found a lot of Zubat. Feel like they should rename this place to Zubat Cave. I know that joke is not original. I know that people have been saying that for like 30 years now. Anyway, with Olivia in charge, we finally managed to make some headway against those Diglett. Are you Ether, or are you just like generic, like, service worker people? Alright, you are Ether. Okay. And you're into Pokemon conservation. It seems like Team Skull was responsible for the Diglett in this cave getting so riled up and bringing them all to the surface. Team Skull is this group of troublemakers, you see? Yeah, we've met. They've, interfering is being a little bit polite about it. Diglett normally live in elaborate systems of underground tunnels that take years to dig out. We're here to ensure that they return to their tunnels and let people pass through here without having to fight so many Pokemon. Alright. So, we will be careful. I don't know if the fact that I haven't run into any Diglett so far is just coincidence, or if they're trying to, like, recognize the fact that, like, they're all not here right now because people have been messing with them. Oh, here's one. Wow, that was convenient. Alright, SOS battle is kind of a pain, but we have worked it down to a single Diglett at low HP, so let's go and toss a Great Ball. You know what I really should do? Is actually make use of things like my Quick Balls. And I should probably go and buy a few more, too. And Diglett has been caught. I probably should have bought a bunch of Quick Balls back when I was in that mini-mart, that supermarket a while ago. When I had the discount code or whatever, but I didn't think about it, and we're just gonna have to make do with the ones we have. Alright, Diglett has been caught. Anyway, I don't actually have a Repellent in here, and I kind of don't really think it actually matters. Let's go and fight this guy, because all the random encounters in here are a couple levels stronger than Loke is anyway. Alright, so this loops us back around. This, you know what? This is strength, not like Rock Smash or something. So if I can find a Ride Pager Pokemon to push stuff around, I could go somewhere with that. Alright, let's go back in this direction. We're going to drop down and continue on this way. Let's see. Alright, another worker. Let's see if Loke is finally able to get to the level 20 mark. Alright, level 20. I still don't see... Oh, is this how we're going to come back around? So that's how we're going to come back around. So there's not actually any reason for me to want to do that, I don't think. Unless maybe I was taking a shortcut back from the other city. But really for that, I'd probably just fly. I guess if you're doing like one of those no fast travel runs, because some people think that kind of challenge run is interesting. Anyway, Grunt A and Grunt B beat up, yeah. Are your names literally A and B? Because I feel like I've seen a couple instances where Team Skull Grunts like call each other A and B. It's kind of ridiculous, but it's also very in character for them. So, how? I saw his name on the screen, and then I started to say his name, and I messed it up anyway. I was hoping I was going to be able to 2-on-1 them. Because honestly, that usually goes faster than trying to play with the AI. But whatever, we can beat these guys up. I guess I'll talk through this one, and I think when we're done with this, we'll be through the tunnel, and I'll probably end the video. Alright. Sandalit and Ekans. Sandalit is fire poison, or is it just fire at this point? Is your evolution fire poison? Anyway, I'm gonna go and, as has often been the case, use a water pulse on this Sandalit over here. Eevee apparently also was thinking along those lines, but I think I'm gonna be able to do a little more damage than it was. Alright, water pulse. That's gonna be it for Sandalit. And Ekans probably isn't going to be that hard either, although I don't think really Water Pulse is going to do quite as much to it. Not being weak to it and all, but that's going to be a bite, do almost half. Acid, that's going to suck, but it won't take me down, and I think... No, not quite enough. Alright. Quick attack, that'll take it down. Eevee, you probably should have just done that the first time, because I think that actually would have outdamaged Bite. Because it's a same type attack bonus move. Anyway, you guys are going to be unnecessarily dramatic. And you're going to go bother Diglett in some other cave now or something like that. And we're not trying to take over the world or anything, but we're still hard as bone out here. See you on the flip side. You don't seem to really be concerned with this whole thing, how? Anyway, you're going to give me a max ether. Alright. I'm sure I'll find a use for that eventually. I try to actually use my PP items. Like, but I've been not using them for so long that I just kind of forget that they're available to me. Anyway, that's it for Diglett Cave. Looker is my name. I travel the world, and many lands do I visit for my own private reasons. Alola is a nice place and so very peaceful. Most ideal for a vacancy. I was just in Coney City where I got a most unusual stone in Miss Olivia's shop. No one here is so terrible as to try to create a new world or liberate Pokemon from their trainers. Yes, peaceful indeed. It's referencing Gens 4 and 5 there. You also appeared in X and Y in the postgame, didn't you? And also in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, but that was largely just played as a joke. The concerns I have about these reported sightings of the infamous Pokemon Mafia... Ah, forgive me for keeping you. I will give you this Thunderstone if you forgive my rudeness. I bought three without thinking. Alright, in case you wanted to evolve a Pikachu, that is an option. Alright. So he's gonna run off, and I am going to end this video here. My name is Dragonite. This has been Pokemon Ultra Moon. Next time, we're gonna head into the next city. You should all go check out Wizarducks and the Lost Hat, which is one of the games that I like to work on when I'm not doing YouTube stuff. Link to the Steam page can be found down below. I hope you all enjoyed that, and I will see you all later.